Hold on, I can't hear myself over the music. I have to make sure my volume's working. Yes, it's working. I'll put the podcast on in the background. Oh, oops. I just did this because I'm bored. Let's see what... I need those. Okay, so... Let me open the window real quick. It's super hot in here. My window's open now. Now I'm just going to go. Oh, that is like window. So I'm just going to do this until. Just love how I can't see the chat box. But yeah.
Visit BetterHelp.com/Rotten to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.
Oh, I can just do this while I listen to this. So I can listen to it. Well, my door's not closed. Oh, oops. Okay. I don't know if it's working, but oh well. I'm just exhausted. Nothing looks too interesting yet, but what's in here? Nope. Don't need any of those. Raspberries. Wait, where's... Oh, a paint horse. Raspberries? Oh, perfect. Should I get Pearl out? I may get Pearl out and hunt with Pearl. I don't know. Just an Appaloosa. Nothing over there. Raspberries. Just gonna go over here. I'm yawning like crazy, God. I'm so tired. No. Wait a minute. Okay. Anyway, that color drives me crazy, man. I almost, when I caught Pearl, I almost ran past because I thought it was a glitch until I noticed it was pink. It looked more purple, but ooh, an Andalusian, I can capture that. If the podcast is too loud for anyone who ends up joining, just tell me, I'll turn it down. Because I have no clue what I'm doing right now. Oh God, I'm tired. What's over here? Oh, and yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Oh, I just guessed the words. I'll go to desert now, and then mountain, and then go to trading hub, and then restart the server, and etc. And I got restricted from live because of a video I put as not for kids. Somehow a kid joined it and reported because chasing rabbits with a hunting dog. So bad. Ha 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 ha. What? Oh, is that just thoroughbred? I love English, man. I will have to. Source is actually slow at times. What's that? Oh. Okay. What's over there? Strawberry? Yep. What's over there? Is that either the perch or the Altiki? Altiki. Dude, you don't know how many of these are. No, that's a standard bird. I'm a little blind, but okay. Just a little blind. And then I'll go up here. Then, hold on, I'm gonna yawn again. Oh my god, why am I so tired? I'm in. Oh, I don't even have to go over there. December really wants the window open. Is anyone texting? No. Nothing over there. Oh, someone texted. Oh. Anyway. Well, that's why the horse isn't jumping. Nothing's over. That's just a thoroughbred. Or I can just go back over here. Okay, then I can go over here. Oh, over there. What's over here? Nothing much. Well, nothing at all, but. Oh my god, again. Ford. What's over here now? Another Ford. What's that? Raspberry? It's a strawberry, but oh well. Can this be raspberry? Strawberries. What's over there? What's up here? Raspberries. What about over here? Can there just be raspberries? Strawberries, watch it. What's over here? Nothing much. What's over here? Is there any horse down here or is it up there? I guess it's up there, but. Oh my god, it's getting tired. Oh, I am tired for some reason. Just a quarter. What else? Paint horse. What else? quarter horse. Strawberry. Icelandic. What's over here? Ooh. 8 that time? That's nice. Nothing up there, nothing good over there, but I'll just make sure there's no like... Oh, nothing over there. Go to... Okay. I'll go over here and go over there. Just to turn around and then go back. Oh, my door just closed. Brother. My door just slammed closed. The cat has to be the brave one and go check it out. Well, Oakland's over here playing with dust. Simba's like, I'll protect you guys. He's trying to open the door now. Simba, if I open the door, it's just going to close again. Did you not? Simba, thank you. He doesn't believe me. He thinks I'm crazy. No one wants in my room. It's the one, buddy. Trust me. It's just the one, Simba. Raspberries? What's over there? Where's the worst that's normally over here? Icelandic. Oh, yarn. God, I'm type yard for some reason. Simba, it's the wind. You can't stop the wind. I have an unidentified relic. I'll go do that. 13 stones. I don't... Ooh, that one is actually nice. I need that. That was cute. Let's just go all the way over here. Oh, just an Andalusian. I will take this. And I'll go back and then go turn this back in before I take off the island. Oh, that's the first time I got that one. There. Okay, stop texting, guys. There. Just have to go over there. I see that's an Altiki, clearly. Or an Andalusian, but I think that's a Altiki. Well, the reason I think it's an Altiki because of the body form. Whoa, I was correct. Wait, was I? Yeah. There's over there. Then I have to go all the way to desert. And now I go back over there. Go to desert. Yawn, man. I'm tired. I'll just go over here. Nothing's over here. Paint Horse and Ford. Mustang. Yeah, I'll capture this. Yeah, I'm just going to take this. Okay, can you... Do you have to be 37? I missed when you were like 20. God. Now... Yawn. Oh, the worst over here. Apple. Oh, I had to say, the Island Unique Appaloosa. I'll capture that for sure. I will also take this. Well, I'm gonna just take that. Then go all the way over here. This ad sucks. Damn, I'm barred from this ad, man. I have absolutely no patience, God. You don't have to attack the window. Illusion. It's either a Altiki or Perch. Perch! I'm not surprised. Well, I am, but 49. Ugh. Yeah, at least it's kind of stuck. I could do... Can my horse just stand still? Okay, finally. What's over there? Paint Horse. What's over here? Standardbred. Oh! This, what is this ad? Blah, 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 blah. That's all I'm hearing. Yes? It's so boring. Okay. Can this load? Not load, but can the ad end? At least I have 100 things already. I can just check how many people won. Whoa. I'm so good at this, guys. Go to mountain. That's desert, but... Why did I just teleport to desert? It's just at desert. But okay. There, Altiki, I don't have to go over there. And now I'll go back over here. This ad is so annoying. quarter horse. Don't know why that took me so long to say. Why is this not working? There. Oh, Icelandic raspberries, finally. Is this more raspberries? What's over here? Strawberry. Raspberry. Sorry, I'm just getting goldfish because I'm bored. Dude, can you not jump? No? God. Icelandic. Another Icelandic. Ooh, quarter horse. A white one too. I'll take that. Oh, that's a Clydesdale. Took me a minute. I'll take that. I will brush this horse out. I thought I grabbed the brush, but I guess not. Now what's over here? Oh, Andalusian. What about over here? Oh, I'll take that. I'll go back to Trading Hub and then restart the server. Royal. Kitty. Simba, I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on, let me let my cat out. I'm coming, don't worry. I'm coming. I just did. Ah, not my worst glitch or not, but I'm back. These goldfish are good, but not to put this back on.
That might include any violence or just missing students.
Oh, because it's loud. It's too loud. Nothing over there. Nope. Nope. Crazy how I captured most of these horses already. Nope. Is there even anything up here? Deer bread. I'm gonna take that as a no because, yeah, no. Oh well.
Yeah, it seems standard, but now it has been signed into law.
I'll just keep running.
We're still waiting on the trial. The civil lawsuits have not been dropped. The wrongful
Oh,
death
there.
suit and then the emotional distress suit that share the lawsuit. They're going to be on pause until the trial is over.
Appaloosa. Andalusia and all the way back over. Oh. I'll just wait until that thing is up. Okay, this ad is super annoying. Like, extremely annoying, but, okay. I'm pretty sure that's just a paint horse, yeah. I'll just go up here and look. I'll capture that for money. At least I just have to click it 5 times. Better than that perch. I had to click it 10 times. Time for desert. Then mountain. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. Appaloosa. What's up there? Is that an Andalusian again? Nope, it's the same horse as last time. No, it's not. Is that a thoroughbred? Yes, that is. I'll happily take that. Like, happily. Well, once it decides. Okay. Yay! I'm gonna take it my podcast doesn't want to work now. Okay. It does now. Appaloosa. Do I really have to go over there? Oh, I do need a catch that horse in there, so.
Let's talk about Joe. A guy named Joe. And you're thinking, what an average Joe. Not this one. No, he's quite the opposite. But he's not average.
I'll take you. And then if I go over here, what's over here? I don't think it's anything important, but quarter horse. Oh, Appaloosa. That is a right on one, so I will snatch that right up. This is a good run. That is really a good run. Ford. Now on the mountain. I'm a little slow in the head, sorry guys. Nothing over there. What's over here? Nothing good. I'll just turn the podcast up because I don't want to keep speaking. So I can save my voice so if someone does join.
Get into the story. What are the chances that you cross paths with the devil? A truly evil person. Maybe you're not religious. You're like, well, I don't know what the devil is. Just someone that's pure evil. Someone who kills for the joy of it. Maybe it's not even a serial killer. Maybe it's just a murderer. I mean, what are the odds, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to Google it. I Google it. What are the odds that I run into a serial killer? They don't really have statistics on that. How can you find statistics on that? But here is what a lot of people came up with. Close to 14,000 people were murdered in the U.S. in 2020.
Oh, I am not paying attention.
So that's 14,000 new murders, we can assume, because statistically it's unlikely that these are a bunch of serial killers in the mix. So, let's just be fair. Let's say it's 13,000 new murders entering the scene in 2020. The FBI, their, clearance rate is only 61% for murders. So that means 40% of these new murderers are going to stay free people.
Appaloosa.
Yeah, so these 39% of murders are going to be free, which that's about 5,200 people, right? Let's just do some guesswork. Nothing too crazy because these are both statistics. We're just gathering a bunch of statistics that are true and trying to see what are the odds that you run into a murderer. There's going to be no actual, or at least no math that I can do. It's way above my pay grade. Listen, I suck at math, okay? So that's
I'll take that far,
the
though.
ones that are still free as murderers. We So if you're not caught, think about how many more years
There.
you're living amongst society. That's a lot. So according to Andrew Brown on
Push
Quora.com,
my thing out of the way.
million views on how likely it is to encounter a murder. He claims that there's probably around 400,000 murders who are currently.
But when the big wind came in, it didn't. But the small wind moved my ship. Yep.
That's 1 in every 250 people, or 1 in every 2,500 people.
Is there anyone else? Did anyone join to text or anything?
Not need a murder in your lifetime.
No.
Even if you live your entire life in a low crime area, because socioeconomics are huge in this, and in this case. So for some people, maybe you meet one every 42 years. Some it's 42 a year, depending on where you live. But I think what's really interesting about this, right, about these fake statistics that we took out of real statistics, is the fact that
I need that.
it depends on where you live.
16. I think this one was 17, but
We're like, oh my god, middle class.
I'm not complaining.
Can you believe it? Like a middle class perfect family killed each other. We gotta talk about it because it could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been her down the street. But what about inner cities? What about the areas that are just raging with gang violence, that are just not doing well, that are,
if I claim this,
putting a lot of resources into? What about those areas? And what about the kids in those areas? I mean, this is gonna be a really, really intense story, so I'm just gonna drop you in. There's a lot of these.
I'll just go over here because I already put the horse in for there.
There's like 6. His name is Raul Omar Villarreal. I don't know if I'm
Like Torn Blood or Standard Bread? Standard Bread, I'm mistake. English went with the first one, but
He was born into. Listen, they didn't have a lot of money. They didn't live in the good part of town, but they had food on the table. They taught their kids
Icelandic.
manners. The stay-at-home mom, she was dedicated. I mean, Raul just had amazing parents. His childhood was probably just mundane. Nothing spectacular, not memoir-worthy, which is a good thing. But then in high school, Raul started getting bullied. People were like, why are you always wearing the same things? Why are your clothes so beat up? What's going on? Why do you have pig stains? You don't wash your clothes? Why are you wearing hand-me-downs? Didn't your brother wear that? Like, just really, really freaking rude, right? So he keeps telling his mom, I don't want to go to school anymore. All they do is bully me. Like, it's just embarrassing. Why can't I just work with Dad?
Icelandic.
Dad was working fixing ACs and appliances, and it's just really intensive labor work, and he's like, we need the extra money. Think about it, Mom, okay? We need the extra money. I can get maybe like some sort of technician degree. I can work with my dad. I can put food on the table. Come on, that's
Trading
better than
hub.
high school. She's like, absolutely not. No, you're not gonna drop out of high school. That's not okay by me. I worked my ass off to raise you. You're gonna graduate. But 15-year-old Raul put his foot down and he dropped out anyway. I mean, he had been held back.
Oh, I didn't know the chats were like
At
that.
this point, he was only in the 7th grade, essentially, right? So he stopped going to school, stopped going to church, started
Royal.
doing super intense labor work, and every single paycheck, he would give his parents 40% of it.
Wow.
But his parents just never wanted him to do this. They're like, we still want you to get your GED.
Yeah.
But I think this is a situation where, I mean, he's looking at everyone that graduates public school in his area, in this, kind of not the great part of Houston. He's thinking, wow, they graduate and they're probably making less money than me, so why would I go through that? Why would I get my GED? That doesn't make sense. I mean, a lot of these kids were just growing up in environments where they don't really see hope in the future. The odds of them getting into college for them, they're like, that's not going to happen. And even then, what's the point? And everyone really seemed to like Raul. I mean, women even turned him down. One of them said, I like you, but I just want someone more aggressive. You're just like the perfect gentleman. You're just not fun enough. You're too shy. You got dumped for being too boring and too nice. So he starts getting a little frustrated, right? Now his sisters, they go into nursing school. So he's like, okay, why don't I try this? Why don't I become a nurse? You make good money. So he applies, gets in, starts studying, bonds with his whole family during this. I mean, he's hardworking. He's quiet.
What's up here? Oh,
People thought that he
Mustang.
had so much potential. But immediately after graduation, for whatever reason, nobody would hire him. They would hire his sisters, even his mom, but nobody would hire him. And he started getting so depressed. So he gets bored. Now, he's still a teenager, right? Now, in this part of town,
I could actually turn that one in.
that's going to lead you down dangerous paths. And that's exactly what he does. He starts using
I think
fun. I mean, he
that is not
snorts
really
shoe
cool.
shine, like the local shoe shining spray to get high. So he starts hanging out with a guy by the name of Ephraim.
Thoroughbred.
Now, they had known each other for the past 5 years, lived on the same street, recently started dating.
What about-
They're like, I can't believe we never hung out for the past 5 years. This guy, Ephraim, has a rough childhood, much rougher than Raul's. I mean, his parents, since
over here?
So he goes and lives with his aunt. And then all of a sudden his mom
Paint
was
horse.
like, you know what? I just broke up with my boyfriend, so why don't you come back and live with me? I'm kind of lonely. So then
Appaloosa.
he would go back with his mom. And then she'd be like, you know what? I got a new boyfriend, so why don't you skedaddle with your sister or with my aunt again? So it's just back and forth. I mean, he's ping-ponging back and forth. Now with his aunt Doria, he was a lot more stability. He had a curfew, discipline, but he enjoyed it. Like, he never was upset that he had a curfew. He loved it. He did well in school, hung out with, honestly, like, the nerdier kids. Like, he was in band and stuff. All the band people writing me hate emails right now, instantly in this moment. I love you, okay? My sister was in band. That doesn't mean anything. That means absolutely nothing. No, I'm just saying, I know the hard work that you put into it, okay?
Desert.
Messed up toes because she was in the marching band. She could have had a completely different career ahead of her.
There.
So, you know, he does well in school, never gets in trouble, but with his mom, he's a completely different person. Just flips a switch. All he would do is skip classes, and the teachers would try to call his mom,
Oh.
but she would never call him back.
Oh, that's 17, but the other one is
I'm
not.
not getting involved.
Okay.
So then he had a best friend by the name
Whatever.
of Joe Madeline, right? Now, his dad was
Icelandic.
a hard worker. His mom was a really dedicated stay-at-home mom. So again, he had this really nice family setup. And she knew that the
Standard
only way
red.
to be successful in the U.S., because they were immigrants, was to learn English. So this guy's disciplined. There's a lot of love in the house. I mean, he had this younger brother by the name of Uni.
Paint horse.
Later, always looked up to him. They would hang out a lot. Everything was good till middle school. Joe just flipped the switch. Something happened, and he started cursing out teachers. Getting
What's
stuff.
over there?
He would tell teachers straight in the face how he's going to become famous one day. He's going to be all over the news, all over the papers. Yeah? Why? I'm going to kill a cop. What? That's what
Nothing.
you want to do in life?
Oh,
You-
Icelandic.
Who even sets that as a goal? What's wrong with you, right? So then we've got, you know, Ephraim and Joe.
Do we know what happened to him?
To Joe?
Yeah, you say he just flipped the switch.
So it seems like his mom got a job. Like, that's the only thing that I could find. Is that his mom used to be a stay-at-home
Paint
mom, and
horse.
she got a job to supplement income for the family. That's it.
And he
And he
just became really
just
rebellious.
went crazy. I think he also got involved with the wrong crowds in school, right? But I mean, to flip a switch like that is just insane. So Ephraim and Joe, they would sit around and they'd be like, okay, listen, we're bored. What should we do? Let's go steal a car. Walmart? Nah. We're going to Target parking lot. They got some nice cars. Nah. Let's go to a church and just steal cars. So they started stealing church vans.
What's over here?
Why are
Oh.
people cars? I don't know. This just
Nothing.
feels like some sinner activity. I'm not even religious, but this feels
Oh,
like
right
sin,
over
you
there.
know?
Let's just wait until that horse
Then they would
is.
get pulled over. Then
Stand
they would
them
get arrested, and the whole time
I probably said that wrong.
they would look
Oh, well.
if anything, and the cops are like, you know why I pulled you over? Because you literally stole a car. They're like, yeah, are you gonna write me a ticket? Or so the cops are thinking to themselves, like, we usually give these kids talks, right? Because they're still underage, they're minors. There's no point in arresting them. I mean, it doesn't even work. Usually, you just do the whole shit. You
Gray.
put on the handcuffs, you put them in the back of the squad car. It's like scared straight. You're like, kid, don't ever straighten up. Get your act together, or else you're gonna turn out like that guy over there. They're like, that's not even gonna work for these kids. Let's not even do that. So even the cops, they didn't even try to do that. They said, all right, well, we're gonna drop you off now.
I feel like there's something
Paint horse.
with that
Yeah, very
attitude.
wrong. You're gonna see it gets increasingly worse, right? So instead, almost immediately after, right, there's a couple by the name of Greg and Kathleen. They go to a local bowling alley. So their nephew is like this little bowling champion. I mean, imagine having a bowling champion in your house, right?
Actually,
Yeah. No, it's in that bowling alley.
Okay.
In that bowling lane, specifically. Okay, so they go and watch him play, and when
Mouse.
they get back out, they thought they were going
Mountain.
you said you parked the car here. No, I'm telling you, I parked the car here. I parked right next to this car. No, you didn't. You parked the car over there. We gotta go over there. And they're like going back and forth. And they're like, the car is nowhere in the bowling parking lot. Are you sure? I mean, where else could I have parked it? You were there when I parked it. You were in the car.
Oh,
They
Perch
start
Rock.
arguing, and they say, oh my god, our car's been stolen. Like, holy shit, our car's been stolen.
45, but the other one was 59. I don't understand the point of that, but
Family are here. We've been
okay.
bowling together. Let's hop into their cars, drive around, skirt, look for our stolen car. So that's exactly what they do. And they say, oh, wait, it's right there. In front of the KFC. Look, that's our car.
Fair.
Let's go get these carjackers. Let's go teach them a lesson. Greg is getting pumped up. He's like, I'm gonna go punch them in the face. You know, I'm gonna get my car keys back. I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna show them I'm the man, right? How dare you steal my car? So he walks into the restaurant and he sees a few tables. A couple with kids. One on a date, like they're dressed up, the girls in heels. And then a group of teenage boys. I mean, think about it. Which one do you think it is, right?
I think I will at least verify before I take any action.
So he walks up to the waiter. That's exactly what he does, okay? Greg's a smart dude. And he says, Greg, do you know who's driving the Firebird over here? He tilts his head up. That car right there. And the waiter's like, oh, yes, it's those teenagers over there. Huh. And he looks over, and he's studying their mannerism.
How many
when they're
people?
talking. 3.
Is it the 3 kids that you mentioned so far?
Well, we know it's Ephraim and Joe. We don't know the third one. But he's realizing, Greg is realizing, these kids could have a weapon. I mean, this is, you know, the bad part of Houston. You just don't know. There's a lot of gang violence. So
Where's the...
maybe I should just call the cops.
Oh, Pink Horse.
Call the cops from the restaurant to tell them, hey, my car is here, right? They go back outside. They wait. Now, the boys walk out. The couple's freaking out. Like, what do we do? They see the guys leaning up against the car. Just, like, leaning up on it. Like, you know, those Instagram dudes.
It's his car.
Yeah. They're like, where's my car? They're leaning on my car. And then all of a sudden, the Houston police skirt into the parking lot, and immediately the boys take off. The police slam the car into park. They start chasing them, okay? Now, Ephraim and Joe stop running. The third boy disappeared into the darkness. And it gets so bad that the police call for backup. They had helicopters in the air. But they still lost him.
What
Yeah, they
in the
still did
world?
not get it. So Ephraim and Joe are under gunpoint by the police. Like, get on the ground, take your hands out of your pockets slowly. And the minute that Joe does that, a gun falls out of his pocket. So now we've got this high-tense, high-stakes situation. Luckily, the cops were able to handcuff the 2 guys without any incident. They drive them to the station, and they both refuse to give up the name of their third accomplice. So because they were considered juveniles at the time, they get no jail time. They just get a few rules. What are the rules, right? Let me tell you the rules. Number 1, you gotta attend a peer pressure workshop, right? Because this feels like some sort of gang activity. This feels like you and your friend are just pumping each other up, like, let's steal a Firebird.
It's called peer pressure.
Yeah, like you gotta not fall into peer pressure. You gotta, you know, just say no. One of those.
Anti-peer pressure.
Oh yeah. Imagine you go to the workshop. The teachers are like, let's go steal a car. There was a legal awareness workshop that they had to go to just so they're familiar with.
Laws.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think that they would know that stealing a car is against the law at 17, but I guess not. There was another one that they can't contact each other. They're not allowed to be friends, right? You have to go home by 9 o'clock every single day. You have to attend school every single day unless you have a doctor's note. You must check in with the counselor, blah, 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 blah. These are the rules. Now, this is how crazy the system is. Nobody enforced the rules. Not even the parents. So the social workers, they closed the cases because the parents stopped showing up to the workshops. So there was just a lot of failure on a lot of levels. You know, it's the system, but also the parents because they're financially strapped for cash. They just, how can you take off of work? It's either you starve to death, your whole family starves to death, and you become homeless because, you know, you're going to get kicked out, or you go to a peer pressure workshop with your kid. It's just a really tough situation to be in, right?
I don't know where I'm going. God.
Now, sometimes Joe and Ephraim would even walk into the counselor's office together. They're like, you know that you guys aren't allowed to see each other, right? Of course, in the camp, they're like, well, that's not that big of a deal. The most important rule of all, though, is probably the curfew. Because nighttime is usually when teenage boys really have it. The social
It's so windy, God.
She had 60 to 70 different cases. The only way she could do it to make sure that they were
Oh my God.
during the curfew.
Oh my God.
Call the house and say, hey,
Oh my God.
can I talk to him? But Ephraim's family didn't have a home phone.
Oh.
So she just never checked.
No, I wanted. Whoa.
So then let's talk about a guy named
Dang.
Ford, right? He's in
Whisker?
11th grade. He's
It's a
walking home from
weird
work.
name, but okay.
Huge flea market. I mean, training for, well,
11th grade?
yeah.
Is that
But
like,
yes.
how old is that?
11th grade is right before you graduate, so I would think like 16, 17.
Oh, 11, my bad. Not too familiar with that.
So then he works at this huge
Oh my God.
market, trading football
Well,
cards, wearing his favorite
just
jacket,
got 2.
LA Raiders, you know?
just caught 2 is crazy.
Just cook the medium rare. I don't know. Just as a, I mean, I get it. You know, if anyone comes,
What kind of motivation now?
hey, be part of the Latin Kings. Now, Gary hates gangs. There's a lot of gangs in this area, but he hates gangs. No, I'm not part of a gang. Like, he was even offended by the thought that this kid came up here and thought that he was part of the Latin Kings. Like, no, I'm not into gangs.
To Royal.
Okay, that's good. Well, then I want your jacket. Gary's like, what? No, I'm not gonna give you my jacket. Well, no, you have to. And don't even think about doing anything stupid, because I know where you live, and I'm gonna come shoot your mom. Gary's like, okay, calm down. You don't need to talk to me. Like, I'll give you my jacket. And guess what? I'm gonna rape her, too.
Oh.
Okay. What is wrong with this guy?
Royal.
He's like laughing at me, smiling while he's talking about raping my mom.
Is the guy that's talking also a teenager?
Yeah, they're like the same age. So Gary takes off his jacket, balls it up, throws it into the air, and he's about to go back behind the car, right? Which is the best idea. But instead, in that split moment, he's like, I worked months to pay for that jacket. He's an 11th grader, so he has this brilliant idea to tackle this guy to the ground.
Are you
And when
stupid?
he does,
I
a
don't
gun
know.
falls out of the guy's pants. Gary's about to grab it, but then a car pulls up and a bunch of dudes jump out, and he realizes he's screwed. If they all know each other, he's about to get jumped, if not killed. So he starts running behind like one of the cars, hears these popping noises,
There.
bucks into the car, and then he kind of just like stays quiet for a little bit. And then he sees a group of just a bunch of kids running toward him, high school kids. So he's like trying to grab his knife, and they're like, hey, it's okay, it's okay.
Wait, where's that horse? I'm going crazy. Just a standard. I can get that later.
They left. What? You've been shot. You've been shot. So this was a different group who had seen the whole thing, right? He's like, what are
Gary has been shot?
yeah. He's like, what are you talking about? And he looks down and he realizes he'd been shot
Where?
on the shoulder, like the.
How do you not know you've been shot?
They call 911. He had to have surgery to stop some of the internal bleeding. They never really could remove the bullets. He got two shot twice. There's 2 bullets lodged into him. And the gunman was
Oh.
Ephraim, and he would never be charged with the attempted murder of Gary Ford. And because the police didn't really give, two forks about the kids in this area, the kids went on doing what they were doing, right? Maybe if something could have stopped. Listen, I'm not trying to say I know the answers because I know absolutely nothing. But if anything, you would think that maybe there was something that could change the trajectory of things. But
Icelandic and standard. Not Icelandic and illusion and standard.
Now, he had traveled all the way from California for his cousin's wedding in Texas. He was excited. I mean, this guy's a dad of 3. So he's like, it's my first vacation in so long. After the wedding, he's walking with his cousin in the parking lot, and he sees these 3 teenage boys coming up to them. Nothing alarming, right? But one of them, instead of swerving out of the way, bumps straight into Jose, right into his face, and says, give me all your money. Now, Jose, he's mainly fluent in Spanish. He doesn't understand him. So he just says, like, what? Like, I don't understand you. But suddenly, one of them pulls out a gun, and as a reflex, Jose throws up his hands, and they shoot him. So he falls to the ground.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like
Royal.
they were just trying to kill
I
people.
mean, desert.
Because, you'll see. So he falls to the ground, and he's been shot. So he tries crawling under a truck bed. Just slowly.
Desert.
And then he feels just this pain. He said it's like a white hot fire on his upper back, and he had been shot between the shoulder blades. So he passes out, and then the gunman faces the cousin that just got married, Jose's cousin, the groom, and shoots him straight in the chest before running away. They never took anything.
Is it the police again?
It was Ephraim Perez and Joe Medellin and their friend Peter Cantu. None of them would ever be charged for the murder of Jose Ariel Acosta. The cousin died.
If I
They're
go
both named
there.
Acosta, but he died. So let's talk about Peter, because this guy is kind of the ringleader of it all, right? So Peter's childhood seemed normal. I mean, what do you think is thinking? It just seems like the biggest problem was
Nice
that his
lantern.
dad had epilepsy and his mom was just like his biggest advocate. Like, his mom loved him a lot.
Nothing's over
There's no
there.
doubting that. Maybe in a bad way, but there's no doubting it. When he was young, he had a hard time.
Illusion.
So, I mean, he said that all of the letters jumbled up together in his mind. Maybe he's dyslexic, I'm not sure. But his classmates would just
Illusion.
so his grades start chopping, you know. This wasn't a school where they had a ton of resources either, so he never really got educated. He would get beat up by kids at the school. Sometimes he would come home with bruises on his shoulders when he's like in elementary school. And his mom's like, what's going on? What are you bruising? Well, the teacher did it. What do you mean? Well, when the teacher gets frustrated with me, he just like grabs me by the shoulders and shakes me.
Is that true?
We don't know. So the mom, she marches into the school and she says, you guys need to do something. And it's alleged that the school
Appaloosa.
said, yeah, no, we're not going to do anything about it. So it's like, oh my god, poor kid. This is so sad, right? I mean, we can kind of agree that this is sad. But maybe we shouldn't feel that much sympathy for Peter because he's a very interesting kid. So there's this time that he had this little boy's crush on a girl named Amber. He walked her home, got to her front door, you know, felt like they were having this moment. So what does he do? He leans in. He tries to kiss her. But she's like not having it at all.
Otiki.
She rejected him. I mean, not even meanly. She was just like, oh, I thought we were just friends. This is awkward. I'm just gonna go in now. So she just pretty much closed the door on him, literally. And a few days later, he shows up at her house, starts knocking on the door.
Illusion. I mean,
It's Peter.
Court
So she's
horse.
like, nope, I'm not answering that. Starts banging on the doors. Let me in, Amber. I know you're in there. Let me in. Starts banging on the windows. You better open that goddamn door. So she starts calling her dad, terrified. Like, please come home. Like, I'm so scared for my life. And then a window gets shattered in this process. So he runs off because he's scared that he's gonna get caught. Amber's dad comes home and she's telling him, this is the guy. His name is Peter Cantu. This is where he lives. So, you know, Amber's dad, rightfully so, storms to Peter's place. He's banging on the door, and Peter's mom opens it, and he's telling, you know, this is what your son is doing, blah, 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 blah. Peter's mom's like, well, that's not my Peter. What are you talking about? Yes, it is. My daughter told me. They have the same class together. This is what happened. I mean, this happened like a couple days ago. He tried to kiss her. He dropped her. She's like, no. He's just not that kind of boy. I'm telling you that he is. Listen, sir, Amber's dad. I don't think that Peter was over there. I think that this is a misunderstanding. You must be mistaken because he just would never hurt a girl. This guy's like, are you kidding me?
That's exactly why the boy behaved
Yeah.
that way, yeah.
And he's like, there is nothing that's going to get through to Mrs. Cantu. Just nothing. So he turns to Peter instead and just trying to scare him. He says, I don't want you coming near anywhere near Amber. You hear me? Don't ever come near our house again. Do you understand? And Peter looks him in the eye and says, yeah, I don't have to do whatever you want me to do. In front of his mom. He just realized, like, yeah, I can do whatever the hell I want. And his mom's like, see, that's not my Peter. My Peter's so sweet. Just the sweetest little child. So in the 6th grade, Peter had an English teacher. Yeah, this is like not even the 6th grade yet, okay?
Oh my
So in the
God.
6th grade, Peter has an English teacher by the name of Diane. And she sees Peter just standing in the hallway. So she's like, Peter, class is starting. Like, what are you doing? You need to go find your seat. Peter,
Ford.
hello? And he's just not listening. So she walks out into the hallway and realizes that there's another student just in front of each other's faces. I'm talking UFC, fight down, stare down, you know, just nose to nose.
Peter and a different boy.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, something's gonna happen. They're gonna start puffing their chests and like, you know, fluffing their feathers and it's gonna be a whole fight. So she's like, okay, let me break it up before it gets there. So she's like, okay, come on, Peter, let's take your seat. Like she's trying to be calm about it. Not be like, oh my god, what are you guys doing? I ignore her.
After this, I'm gonna end up walking off. I'm bored.
semester. When the new semester came around, he could enroll again. And he would stand every morning before class, right at the entrance to Diane's classroom, just staring at her. He wasn't allowed to be in her class because, you know, they made sure, but he would just stare at her.
That is so scary. What is going on?
And
For a
they,
sixth grader?
yeah, and when they brought it up to Peter's mom to